Hey guys! Unfortunately, this is being uploaded on Friday. I know I said that I upload videos every Thursday, but yesterday was kind of crazy, so hopefully that won't happen again. But I do upload videos every week. Hopefully they're going to be Thursday, if not, definitely on Fridays, but there will be videos every single week uploaded about the college series, so welcome back to another episode. We're starting chapter 2 today, and the first chapter was all about getting in, and the second chapter is about sharing space. So, this is definitely a very tricky topic because it can be really, really hard to adjust, but there are some really great points made in this chapter, and I would also, I'm also going to be putting in my advice based off of my freshman year and everything. So, okay. So in this chapter, our writers dish out on early stage college experience, sharing space with a roommate. Sharing a room in dorms, especially when the room is an itty-bitty hole in the wall, is not easy. So I was in a triple my freshman year, and I didn't know that we were going to be in a triple. There was this thing called the roommate clique. I'm not sure if other schools have something similar that you can kind of pick your own roommates, but I was looking around at different people and had contacted some people, and they were already in a room with someone, because essentially you put down your name, your interests, your living habits, and then you have the option of kind of going and finding someone that has similar interests and study habits and living lifestyle as you. So it was actually kind of late. One of my roommates, Melissa, had contacted me and was like, do you have a roommate? And I was like, no. Do you want to be roommates? So we just kind of figured it out that way, and we're just talking and getting to know each other over that. And then it wasn't until right before school started that we found out that we were being paired up with another girl who was going to be living with us. So it obviously is very difficult to become comfortable with the idea that you're going to be living with a total stranger for an entire year, or for even a semester, because sometimes it doesn't work out, but it's at least worth a try to get to know the person as much as possible whenever you first meet each other. So the first section is just the preliminaries, and it's essentially saying that you really have to try to reach out to your roommates. Don't think that you're being weird. Don't think that you're being a Facebook stalker or anything. Whenever you find out who the name of the person is that you're going to be living with, this is the most perfect time to get to know the person. Go find them on Facebook, friend them, send them a message and say, hey, I'm going to be your roommate for this year. I would just like to introduce myself. My name is so-and-so. I'm from this place. How's your summer going so far? So, this chapter, it's a really short section, but it's saying icebreakers that won't leave you out in the cold. The key to getting to know your roommate is to be proactive. Don't wait until a few weeks before school starts to drop her a line. Do it as soon as you have her information sitting right in front of you. Introduce yourself via email, Facebook, chat up your background a bit, keep it brief, and start facilitating a conversation about logistics of living together. Something as simple as offering to bring your DVD player can spark a dialogue about which movies you both like. So this is also really important, is to kind of use Facebook, use email, use even calling, because Melissa and I had contacted each other online, and then contacted each other via Facebook, and then our other roommate, Caitlin, actually called us and left us a message on our home phones as well as our cell phone, and was just kind of hi, my name's Caitlin, I'm gonna be your roommate, I just wanted to say hello and introduce myself, and just kind of what I said, talk about your summer, things like that. So if you don't feel comfortable saying something, just coming up with a random topic, I would suggest saying kind of what the author of this section said. Use this time to not only introduce yourselves, but say oh, I have a really nice big TV that I'm willing to bring, do you want to maybe bring movies, or do you want to bring the DVD player, or do you want to bring, a gaming system or something for you guys? So this is a really good icebreaker because it kind of, you know, like I just read, it not only kind of helps you guys figure out who's bringing what, but then if you say like that you're bringing a specific thing, then it kind of shows that that's something that you like, because if you own it, then that means that you like it, you want to bring it to college with you. So then it will open up other doors, like maybe your roommate will say like, oh my gosh, you're bringing, you know, this chick flick, like I love that movie. Or for guys, like, oh yeah, you're bringing your Xbox, dude, that's so cool, like I have this on the game and I'll bring this. So it really just like opens up for conversation. So the first tip is to break the ice. While it's fine to talk about yourself, do make sure to ask her questions and genuinely think about the responses you get before you make any judgments. If she's your total carbon copy, great, but if not, that doesn't mean that the two of you won't get along. Keep in mind this is just as weird and awkward for her, so it might take a little while before she warms up and starts sharing more personal things. So this is definitely true. If you realize that, you know, maybe like you don't like the same movies or you don't like the same music, that doesn't mean that you guys can't get along. It just means that, you know, you guys have to kind of find common ground, find something that the both of you like. And if you don't really like the same things, I mean, I have a lot of friends that we have not much like interest in common, but, you know, we find out that maybe we like to go to the same places or we like the same types of food. So you will find something. So be patient. You know, it is really awkward for both parties on the first day, so don't think that, you know, you're the only one in the awkward situation. I remember that like I already knew what Caitlin looked like and what Melissa looked like through Facebook, and when you see them in person, it's still just kind of that like, whoa, there you are in real life, this is so awkward. Melissa and I were actually just talking about Michael Jackson, because it was it was after he passed, and we both kind of developed this like love for his music. And I was going on vacation or something, and I was listening to Michael Jackson like all throughout the plane ride, and we were both kind of like bonding over the fact that we both liked all of his songs. So I mean, it was obviously like kind of awkward whenever we first met, but it wasn't as weird because we made friends already on Facebook. So that's why it's so important to like reach out to your roommate. Tip number 2 is to dip your toes in. Once you've established an email relationship, take the next step and suggest a weekly phone. This is your chance to talk about more in-depth topics like class schedules, room decor, options, likes, dislikes, and personal pet peeves. Be honest, not brutal. If she's obsessed with Hello Kitty and has her heart set on an all-pink bathroom, this is the time to gently let her know that that's not your thing, but that you're open to compromise. So that's definitely a really, really big thing, is like, you know, you have to be honest, because it's not fair to you or to your roommate to lie about when you go to bed or lie about, you know, any type of habit of yours, because then you are your own person. So even if you lie about your habits, like they will eventually show through. Like you can only hide who you are for so long. Like if you say, oh yeah, like I go to bed really, really late, and then 3 weeks later it comes, you know, turns out that you're really, really exhausted because you actually like to go to bed early and you lied about going to bed late, then that's just going to stir up more controversy and kind of start problems, because it's like, well, you told me that you like to go to bed late, so I kind of like to go to bed late. You know, like it's not a good thing. So definitely be honest and be open about what you like and what you don't like, because you really need to let the other person know, like, this is where I stand, and, you know, if you're not on the same page, like, that's fine, we can compromise. So something that, like, Caitlin and I did, my roommate, is that, you know, we met at a program before school even started, and she was, like, really shy at first, and it was kind of, like, I'm more outgoing and obviously, like, really talkative, and she's not. So, I mean, she is whenever she gets to know the person, but she's kind of more quiet whenever she's, like, getting to know the people. So you really, like, have to be patient. So, like, I'm kind of diverging, but what I'm getting at, though, is that when we were talking about being roommates, because we were friends, like, all of freshman year, and then we decided at the, like, towards the middle that we wanted to be roommates for sophomore year. So, whenever we made that decision, I was like, well, you know, I, like, was going to bed really late freshman year, and I didn't like that because I like to go to bed early. So, you know, whenever we room together, is that okay? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I'm a nursing major, obviously, so she has to stay up really late sometimes. So what we compromised is that I bought a mask, and it blocks out literally all of sunlight, and I bought earplugs. I don't even really need them anymore because I kind of just got used to like hearing noise. It's not that she makes noise, but just in the hallway it was like so loud. So she has like her little desk lamp right there actually, and you know, like that's her bed right there. So when she goes to sleep, and this happened last year too, is that, you know, she would have her desk light on and I would go to bed and just put my mask on and that's fine. So you have to be honest, tell your roommate like what you like, what you don't like, when you like to go to bed, you know, what your study tips are or study habits are, and then just say that you are open to compromise. So freshman year, Melissa, Caitlin, and I talked about like themes and stuff, but we didn't really have a specific theme. We just talked about like general colors that we wanted to bring in. So then whenever we went out to go buy like little accent pieces, we tried to match with one another. So it's just important to kind of like establish what you guys are looking for the room. And then the third tip is to dive in head first. Meeting your roommate is like going on a date. Very true. First impressions are everything, which is very true. Before you even hit the dorms, turn off your cell phone, slip on a smile, and vow to give her full attention. Still nervous? Why not bring something special like a batch of your mom's cookies to share, or a movie or book she's been meaning to buy. In each instance, a simple gift shows you're not only excited about living with her, but also interested in the idea of making it a positive experience. So this is very, very important too. I was always taught that, you know, bringing in something that, like even like a batch of cookies, like it says in the book, is definitely an icebreaker because it shows that, you know, you genuinely care about getting to know this person, you want to have this positive experience, and it just makes it less awkward because it's something to talk about, you know, like, oh, you want a cookie? Because I know that it's really like hard to think about trying to get to know the person while you're moving in, but sometimes it's not that awkward because both parties' parents will be there. So like my parents were there and Melissa's parents were there. I think Caitlin ended up getting there later because I remember meeting Melissa first, so I think Caitlin got there later, but like both of our parents were there, so then the parents try to bond, which makes it like less awkward for the two of you. And then if you're in a room with like more people, if you're dorming with more people, then like sometimes their parents will be there first. So I mean, it's really not as awkward as you think. It's just the anticipation of it all seems so much worse, like when you're actually thinking about meeting the person. But if you kind of like just step back and think, you know, you had to do this the first day of middle school, you had to do this the first day of high school. It's really just meeting a friend for the first time. And yes, it's different because you're actually living with the person, but, you know, it's not always set in stone. So if you know, I have a lot of friends that, like, their roommates switched out, they moved out, and, like, it's totally normal because sometimes you do realize after a semester with a person that, you know, you can be friends with them, but you just can't live with them, which is something that we kind of established freshman year with Melissa and Caitlin. Is like, I'm such good friends with them. I'm still friends with them, like, even to this day, 3 years later or 2 years later, whatever. But, you know, they like to stay up a little bit later. They they kind of like do more stuff in the room, and I was always kind of out, so that's fine. You know, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you can be friends with someone but just not live with them. So rather than like causing this huge big scene and getting into a fight and never speaking and losing a really great friend, just kind of come to realize and come to terms that, you know, maybe this isn't working out living wise because you guys are so different in like habits and everything. So then try to you know, look for a different place or something, and then just be okay with the fact that you guys are just going to remain friends. So if you have any sorry, my voice is like going in and out. If you have any specific questions about like rooming or sharing space or anything like that, I can try to help you out, and I hope that these videos are helpful. So leave me a comment below, or follow me on Twitter for like updates, or check out my Facebook page. But if you have anything that you would like to talk about, or if you're currently experiencing something and just want someone to talk to, please always know that I'm here, and I would love to like help you guys out with your problems and hopefully give you some advice. And I hope these videos are helpful. So let me know your feedback by rating this video and commenting below. And I hope you guys are having a great day. And stay tuned next week for some other sharing space related videos. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!